Good morning. Hi, everyone. Did you have a good weekend? Did you do anything fun? Let's see here. So today we're going to do these ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And we're going to start on Monday because then you have the whole week to add a little bit whenever you feel like it. I thought about waiting until Friday so you had the whole weekend, but it is a lot of stitching. So I figured why not just do it today? I'll show you how to do it. It's not that difficult. And then you can decide yourself as and when you want to work on it when you have a little bit of time. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, Elizabeth says, finally caught one. Hello, it's a cool evening in Australia. And then Susie says, we did gardening and made a cute log store. Still got jelly bobs to stitch. So behind. It's okay, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about being behind. So I'm just trying to decide if I should do the 2 light colors and then do the middle with the dark color and the lines, or if I should do it the other way around. If I should do the dark colors in the back because they're quite dark. And then do the I think I might do it like that, you know? Because these two, they kind of like wash each other out with the colors. So I think I'm going to do these 2. Okay. So what you need to do is I'm going to use all 6 strands, but you can use 3 if that's, if you think it's a bit too much. And all we're going to do is fill in some of these rectangles with satin stitch. That's it. And then on the advanced day, I'll show you how to outline it using a different stitch. Hi, George. I'm just going to turn the light on because it looks like it's going to start pouring down rain any second now, but the light isn't that great. So let me just turn this on and hopefully it'll give a bit more light. Okay, so with these, in the drawing, I thought I printed one, but I didn't. I have like every other one colored in. And sometimes I have 2 next to them, like next to each other that are the same color. And then sometimes I have just one on its own that's the same color. You can do this in any kind of way you want. You could even do it all satin stitch the whole thing and then add these lines in later. But I'm going to do each one different. So I'm just going to start here and we're going to use the same kind of way. We're just going to, keep those angled stitches in. And like I said, I'm using all 6 strands. Whoa, went through the knot. You can do less if you want to do less, or you can do 3 or you could do 4. It's up to you how you feel like. And make sure whatever color that you choose, you have quite a bit of that color because we have a lot to stitch here. A lot of different little holes to fill. So make sure that whatever color that you choose, you're not like playing thread chicken the entire time. And of course you can do the thread saver method. Or you can do just the regular satin stitch. How is everyone? I love it when people join the lives. I think it's so fun. And then when you get to this little guy here, that's like sprouting up and over, just stitch over top of it. We'll go back to that later and do that on these days. But don't try and stitch around it. You're gonna give yourself a hard time. Elizabeth said, I think this is my favorite design, but each new one, I feel like that. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult to come up with new designs all the time, and for like the pattern of the month, which I haven't really done the last 2 months or 3 months. I've kind of just put out the patterns when I felt like it. But it's a lot of pressure, you know, to like get and like draw really interesting things every time. Like I can't tell you how many that I've drawn that I haven't even shown anyone because I was like, this is not good enough. Which it probably is. It's just, you know, me being silly. And then Veronica says, glad it stopped raining for a bit in Glasgow. Well, I think you've given it to us. It's just, somebody said that August is normally the hottest month in England, which in August I'm normally at the lake. So I don't think I've ever been here in England in August. So I don't really know. I don't know like what it's going to be, but I really, really, really hope that they were right. Because I can't with this weather. I can't. I missed one. Hold on. Elle says, I'm needing this today. Work from home is stressful this morning. And then Miriam Livingstone says, I'm totally loving this new hobby. It's propped up on my bedside table because I love it so much. Aww. It's so addicting. I'm not going to lie. Elizabeth says, it's your business. You want the best for it too. Completely understand. Oh, thank you. And like I said, sometimes you'll have two together if you want, and sometimes you can do every other one. It just depends on what kind of look that you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted the tip to be a different color, so that's why I am. And I will say, when you do the 6 strands on this, you don't need as many stitches, so it does go a little bit quicker. Whereas if you did 3 strands, you'd have to do double the amount of stitches. But it just depends on what kind of look that you want, because this will give a more chunky look to it. So it just depends on, do you know what I mean? Like how you feel and what, yeah. Is this how fast you usually stitch? Yeah, or maybe a little bit faster sometimes, because a lot of the times I'm talking to you guys, so I can't really like, you know, stitch as quick as I normally would. But yeah, pretty much. So I'll end up just stitching until this one is gone, this thread is gone, and then I'll show you the next bit, and then I'll show you the next bit, and then I'll go back and stitch a couple more. Do you know what I mean? So then I'll go back and do the next color, and then I'll do the outline, and then just got an idea for the outline. I wonder if it will work. I'm impressed at your speed. thank you, I think. I feel like you can go a little bit quicker when you have a hoop stand because you can like really pull it and tug it, and it doesn't really, you know, when you're holding it in your hand, you have to like be a little bit mindful of that. But yeah, I've been using the hoop stand a lot since Jessie got me with her tooth last week. Was it Friday night maybe? Man, I got a long thread this time. So what I was thinking just now was we could do the like buttonhole or fly stitch to do the outside, and the like vine leaf separations, you know, at the same time. That might look cool. Loving the sound of your stitching. Weird. Not weird at all. People love that. I don't know what it is. If it's, I've just like done this. It might be the fabric. But the sound is very, very loud on this one. I feel like normally it's not that loud. Veronica says, love that one. Really effective. Yeah, see, so I think it'll be a good idea to just try it, to just do it. You make it look so easy. I also love the sound. I think when it's a smaller piece like this, it's way easier to, one, get the lines parallel to each other. Because it's such a small space, you only need like 3 or 4 stitches to really fill it up. Like sometimes 5, if it's a really good big one. I didn't have any coffee yet. Can you even believe that? I was trying to save it for later because I have to pack up the rest of my orders and send them all today. So, except the flower kit. I haven't done that yet. The new flower kit. They're all packed. I just have to proofread the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and then do the next color. So this is what I was saying at the beginning of the video, is that I didn't know if I wanted the dark color or the light color on there. So if I did the light color, it would be these two. And if I did the dark color, it would be these two. Let me just take my sweatshirt off. So yeah, I almost think now I want the light color. This is typical me, just not knowing which one to pick, you know? So one of them is going to be for the outline, and one of them is going to be for the fill. What do you guys think? Should I do the fill in the lighter color and the outline in the darker color? Veronica says she thinks the dark would look good as the outline. That's what I normally go for. Okay. Dark outline and the light color fill. That's what I'm gonna do. And if I hate it, you know what to do. I'm just doing a knot on the end. saying that I'm going for a light outline. Thanks, Veronica. And then Thistle Witch Stitch says, I'm planning on doing a light outline. You guys, you led me astray. You told me. What am I going to do with you? Unpick, unpick. Not anymore. I'm keeping it. That's true. I could always do the reverse on the next two or switch it up, you know? Somebody had like these in like orange and pink and yellow, and they looked so good. Let me just zoom in. Here comes Jessie. She heard my excitement, and so she's going to come and see what's going on. Do you guys want to hear my next adult story? If you saw my stories before this, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But a bird came and pooped on my skylight window. So I think I've just thought of the perfect way. She's just coming to mess up my live video so that it's on here all the time. Her drinking her water, her eating her food. Oh, Jessie Bessie. She just drank a bunch of water, and then she's just going to nudge her bowl around until I put more water in there. Anyways, I think I figured out the perfect way to clean them. So, you know those mops, those spray mops? That they're like rectangular like this, and then at the top they have like a nozzle, and you can like push the handle and then the spray comes out. I think if I open the skylight, okay, and then get the mop end wet, are you still with me? And then because it's like a mop on a pole, I can then scrub it off. Someone needs to make like skylight, like window cleaners, like at home. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see and report back. I think they're called like Vidalia mops or something like that. That's like the brand. It's got like a red handle. In the States, we have like Swiffer ones that look similar. And they're like rectangular. And then you can spray out the top. I think I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to look like an absolute nutcase doing it, but... Okay, obviously I've gone astray here with my satin stitches. So let's see if we can't fix it a little bit. Yeah, a triangle-shaped one. So I could just go and climb up on the roof outside the window, but I feel like, knowing my luck, I would fall off the roof. So I'm not going to do that. So I can like climb out the window, you know? But I'm thinking that the mop thing will be the best. Okay, so for the next part, I'm going to try what I said before and do the buttonhole / fly stitch, blanket stitch type thing. They're all very related to each other. So I'm gonna try that and then we'll see what it looks like. And then if you don't want to do it, then you don't have to do it. I like these colors together though. Elizabeth says, yeah, don't do that. It's inside is safer. It can't hurt to try the mop. Down here, I've got quite the, all of a sudden, I don't know why I started going so severe with my angle. Yeah, as always, go back and make sure that you fill in any of these stitches that you need to fill in with the same color before you do any of the outline. I know I've said it before, but I'm not sure if I've said it on this stitch along or not. But make sure that you have all of it done how you want it to be before you start doing like your final touches. So I'm just going to make a knot on this one. And I already have 3 strands of the other one out for the outline. So initially for the outline, I was just gonna do straight stitches to separate these, straight stitch, straight stitch, straight stitch, yeah? To separate each of the sections and just make it a little bit bolder. But I think this way might be cool too. So let's try this. And again, if you hate it, just do the straight stitches. And that will be fine. So let's see here. You're gonna come up at the bottom. Let me just make sure that this is actually in the video and that I'm zoomed in enough that you can see. And I probably should have done a couple more stitches there, yeah? Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go from this corner here to the middle corner wherever you want your line to be. So if we want our line to be like this, we'll go right down here to this corner. Okay, and then before we put another stitch in, we're gonna leave that loop like that, and you're gonna go to the top of where you want your line to be. So if you wanted your line to be like severe, like this, then you'd go way up here, yeah? We want our line to go like this. So we're just gonna come up right here. Okay? These colors are so similar, even though this is actually such a dark color that you really can't see the difference. And you want to give that a nice snug tug so it stays nice and straight. Oh, what's happening here? A knot, you say, a knot. Oh, the most annoying kind as well. I'll zoom out as well so you can see. I think you'll be able to see the colors maybe a little bit better that way. How did this happen? Well, riddle me that. So this stitch kind of tackles the straight stitch in the middle and the outline at the same time. And then when we're finished, we just need to go straight stitches down the center. And these are like the perfect shape for this kind of stitch as well. And then to end it, we're just gonna end it straight down like that. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go down the middle. You can do one long stitch down the middle because it is just straight, or you can do one stitch for every separation if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I think I'm gonna do one down the middle. But first I'm gonna go back on this side and do the exact same thing I did on this side to give it that outline. So because it's easier. And like actually, when you look at the colors together, it is a really dark color. You know, this is the color I'm using. And then these are the colors in the middle. So just keep that in mind if you wanted to do something similar, choose something that's quite a bit darker. I always do it when I put my hand on this side. I always knock the camera. And you know what? Last year I was gonna get one that was like a stiff arm one because this is a bendy arm one. I'm talking about the thing that holds my phone up. But they only sold it to America. So I waited until I got to America in August. I went to go order it and they were all sold out. They're not available anymore. They like literally don't sell that at all. I was like, okay, good, thanks. So I need to look for a stiff arm one again. So I can stop giving you guys like a whiplash. Of course, you couldn't see anything, so that's great. Okay, and then I said I'm gonna do one straight stitch down the middle, or you can do individual ones. So let's see how the straight stitch looks. And if we hate it, we can take it out. I don't quite like it. You can always do a couching there if you want as well. If you wanted to like make sure that they stay down, because this one big long stitch down the middle is easy to move. So if you wanted to, you could even do a little couching where you come up from at the back. Normally you do it with less strands, but for the sake of this, it'll be okay. And you just tack it down like this, and that way that thread won't move as much. And this is especially important if you are actually going to use this for something other than just a wall hanging. So if you're doing this on a tote bag or pillowcase or anything like that, calm down, Jessie. Then you really want to make sure that these are tacked down, because you really don't want it to be snagged on anything or move on anything. And it just makes it nice and full there. Yeah? I might add one up here, even though I don't necessarily need it. Just so they're like evenly spaced. And to be fair, you can't really see them if you do them properly. So it's just, you're making literally just one little stitch that goes from this side to just hold it down. Yeah, so now you can't move it. So this is what we've got so far. I personally really like it, but that's just me. If you hate it, of course you could do something different. You can use different colors. You can use a different technique even if you wanted to. But I think it gives a nice outline without having to go back and outline each and every one. Ooh, Personalized by I says, I've been meaning to do a coral reef embroidery piece. You're definitely inspiring me to design one. Yeah, have at it. So obviously now I need to go back and finish my satin stitch on the other ones. So that's basically how to do it. I'm just gonna do a couple more whilst we chat for a little bit. Maybe 5 more minutes, not even. Make it your goal to do at least one today, just so that you can do all the techniques and know that you can do them really. And then the other ones you can just do throughout the week if you've got a little bit of time. It took me 34 minutes, 33 minutes to do 1.5. So have a go, have a think about it, and I'm sure that you'll do brilliantly. Oh, and I did mean to say, we're not doing different techniques on the other ones. We're doing the exact same thing. So don't do one and then go, oh, she's going to teach us how to do the other ones a different day. This is it. This is the technique for all of them. So it's just whenever you get around to it. I had somebody last week only do one of the leaves because she said that she thought that I was going to teach a different way to do another one. And I was like, no, I just didn't have time to do them all in the video. Sorry. So yeah, I'm quick at stitching, but I'm like not that quick at stitching, you know. It still takes time. Susie says, what do you guys do with all the leftover bits of thread? I use all of mine. At least I try to. So I keep every single piece. And I keep them in bags by color. I can show you if you would like. So normally on my table, like now, I have just a pile of thread. And then I go through and separate them into things like this. And then if I need to make a new hoop, then like these are all the reds and pinks. This is all the yellows. And then this is all like the oranges and peaches. And then I've got another bag for cool colors. And then I have a bag for neutrals, which are like brown, gray, white, black, tan, silver. But yeah. And then when I make my original hoops, like the one-of-a-kind ones, then I'll try to pull from those so that I can use them all up. I will say, please don't put them out for birds to take because they are 100% cotton, and apparently they hold moisture really well because of the way that the birds go and like pack them in their nests, and it makes mold in their nests, which can harm the birds. And then also it can get caught up in their feet or down their throat when they're like carrying it from place to place. So please don't put them out for the birds, even though the nests look pretty when you have them like that, when they, you know, have like the different colors mixed in with like their twigs and branches and things. I know somebody, I don't know who, but they made like some resin pieces with it. So they put the threads in the resin and made like little coffee, not coffee, what's it called? Drink holders, you know, like coasters. So there's that. I know some people just keep them in a jar and they keep them by year as like this year, these is all my little scraps, especially the little pieces like this that like you can't use anymore. So I know people will put these in a little jar and they'll keep them all. And yes, the fabric is painted. It's painted with watercolors. There's a whole tutorial how to do this on YouTube. On my YouTube. I never thought I would be one of those people like, go to my YouTube, watch the video on my YouTube. Here I am. Did I run out of thread or did I just give up on this? Veronica says, I do that with my tiny pieces. The bigger pieces I have in my stash to use for small projects. Somebody said to me that even like the usable pieces, they wind back on their thing. So they like wind it back on their clothespin or on their, you know, those like white plastic ones, bobbins, I guess, that they keep all of them like that. I tried to do that, but oh my God, I couldn't do it. All the loose pieces kept getting loose and they was driving me crazy. So that's why I started putting them in the bags and just making like clumps. All right, I think it's time for me to go. I gotta pack kits up for like the 1000th day in a row. And then I have 2 hoops to make. And then, yeah, I need to start doing a new kit and a new pattern. So your girl is busy. See, she's eaten all her food this morning, and now she's just nudging her bowl because there's no food in it, even though if I put food in there, she won't eat it. Jessie. I would not go over the big plant. Are you talking about here? I don't think I would, but if you want to, then you absolutely can. I don't think I would because I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with this one yet. Jessie, I'm coming. Hold on. Only because these are like bigger pieces, you know? But if you're comfortable doing that, then of course you can. It's really just a personal preference. But I think we're going to do like a split stitch, kind of thread painting, kind of not, you know? So I really don't like putting split stitch over satin stitch, just because you go down into it and you go, I'll show it to you later. But I think we might be doing split stitch on this as well. I just don't know. I have different ideas, you know, and different stitches. And then I think, oh, that would be cool for that one. So in short, yes, stitch around it. But if it's easier for you to just go straight over it, then go straight over it. Okay, I did it. That's what I wanted to finish, was that one. Oh, look at that. Right in the beginning. Oh, that's annoying. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely Monday. Be sure to check in with the hashtag if you can, and do a couple likes or comments, spread some love a little bit. And I hope that you guys have a lovely Monday. I'm just trying to make that flat so it's not, you know, a big loop on the back. I can't stop the video until I'm done. All right, enjoy your week, and I will talk with you tomorrow. All right, bye.